We did good. Charlie sold a okay, there's two things we had to go over today. Guys, over promising things to customers. Now, Charlie, I don't know your side of the story, or obviously we just got the customer side of the story. But what we need to do is focus on our pitching and be careful what you tell a customer. If you tell a customer we're going to clean out the entire crawl space, and there's 30 feet of foundation bricks broken up in pieces in the back somewhere, they're going to probably think we're going to clean that out. So in this case, that's exactly what we're doing. Guys, don't put Terminix in a bad situation. Don't put yourself in a bad situation. Because it's going to cost you time, it's going to cost you money, and everything about this job is time and money. So, $100 more for a vapor barrier, that's to clean out that much debris. Don't refer people's personal items in their crawl space as junk. Okay? Just say.
Did you say that?
I didn't say that.
Did you say that?
I don't think I said that.
Just
I said clutter. I said clutter.
Well, what's wrong with saying junk though? If it's,
what if it's not junk?
What
if it's got some sentimental value?
Oh, gotcha.
Even though, have respect for everywhere you walk into somebody's house. Have respect. Like it's your own home. What if there's a swing set that you've had down there for 20 years that belonged to a grandchild of your grandchild, or something that's no longer with us. So you got to remember, we're going into somebody's house and we have to have a lot of respect for them.
Yeah.
All right, are we clear on over-promising?
What I've been doing.
How about the model of under-promising and over-delivering? Remember that.
Yeah.
Are we cool on that, guys?
Absolutely.
All right. One more thing, guys. Remember how I told you guys we're going to start doing, don't put down on the graph where the well's going to go? We're going to stick with that. But you do have to put on the graph where the discharge line has to go. Now, yeah, that just changed all the way. That's doing no sense. Apparently, we have a lot of cases of resurfaces on discharge lines. It's amazing how all of a sudden I hear this. We've had multiple cases of it. So we're going to do this. Write down on your moisture graphs. Jesus.
You sound like a judge.
Make sure you put down, because this is the deal. You tell a customer you're going to put the well here. And for some reason, the customer all of a sudden, from the time you left the house, you guys were all happy, it was great, we all made money, you got the job done, to the time the service went, he became all of a sudden an absolute pain in the ass, okay?
It happens.
Okay, it does happen,
A lot.
because you don't know what kind of day he's having, so you have to respect that, okay? So never put a circle there, because if they go ahead and put the well here, and we get into some kind of argument or some kind of discussion with him, he's going to say, well, you know what? The well isn't right here where you guys supposed to have put it, right? So that's the whole reason, one of the reasons why we say our technician is going to be doing the one that's going to do he's going to be doing the trenching. So basically, he's going to know exactly where that well is going to have to go, because that's where all the water is going to gravitize to. And that's where it's going to be best convenient, because he's the expert on the job that day. And he knows, and don't be afraid to admit, he knows better than I when it comes to doing this labor and where all this is. He's the technical side of this.
Yeah.
Okay? Well, one thing you do have to do from now on, guys, is write down where that discharge line has to go. Obviously, if you've got a neighbor's house here and a garage here, obviously you don't want to run it out this way and one go down this driveway. Okay, so you have to explain that to your customer. Say, look, because if the customer says, well, I want it out here, explain to them, well, you have to understand that if we do put it there, we run the risk of it going down into your neighbor's yard and there being a problem.
You might not like them.
Or whatever, Think about it. In the wintertime, if we do get a rain, and then all of a sudden if it's cold at night, you know, that's all gonna turn to ice, you know what I'm saying? And, that might not be good, and they might get a lawsuit, and before you know it, we're all in the mix.
And then they get mosquitoes if all that
So,
water sits.
it's your job to coordinate this, because it's your sale. Once it leaves your hands, it goes to these guys' hands, and we don't wanna create more work in this establishment at all. Because, like I said, time is money. If they gotta go out on a research for one of our jobs, and then you try to squeeze in a job this time of the month, and they're out there doing a resurface, you know, so we wanna limit all that from happening. Are we cool with the discharge line? The well, hey, I'm cool with the well. Because that's something tough, man. If you tell them the guy that you're gonna put it here, but if the guys think right here is better, you know.
Well, you know, when they get to doing it, they know where the lowest point is and the best way to connect it, so, you know.
Right.
That's where I'll let them do that part.
Well, and most of the time, they gotta dig a pretty deep hole. And
Yeah.
to relocate that pump and all that, and then what if that pump's cord doesn't reach where that new hole? So, what we do usually is give them a free pump. It costs cheaper, just give them a free pump. I mean, what are we gonna do, put an extension cord on it?
I mean, yesterday that one, that's all, you could clearly see, the water was getting this high underneath the drop, so you could clearly see, so I just put it on there. That's where the termites were too, so.
I mean, we've been to a lot of drains. How many times have you been to a drain and that pump is at the top of the hill? Not good. That's not good for business. Especially if you go back out there to that house and say they've got water in their crawl space. Look, you guys did the drain. So it's bad.
I give Matt and Louis credit, they're pretty good about putting stuff in the right
Hey,
place.
I tell my customers straight out, and as long as you're upfront with them, now can they go from point A to point B and all of a sudden become a schmo in between the customer? Absolutely. We're in the service business. That's just what it's all about, man. I mean, we're entering their domain. We're entering their home. This is where they feel, where they have authority. You know, you sell something to somebody in their house, you know what, they're the project manager in all reality.
Yeah.
They're the ones where, hey, you know, this is, even though they've probably never been in their crawl space for the last 15 years, they're still gonna be the project manager because they're not just paying a couple $100 for this job, they're paying a lot of money.
It doesn't insult me when people want things done a certain way. I mean, because I know I would be the same way. You know, like when you were building your house, how you were saying like, look, man, you guys need to add another piece of wood right here in the garage.
Have a good day, Casey.
You know what I mean? I think everyone, that's natural, but we can't take it so personal when people just.
No.
Congratulations, y'all are over 100,000 right now. His 4,000 he just
I
sold.
haven't updated the
I don't know who else sold something else, but y'all are definitely over $4 grand. Outstanding,
Thank
guys.
you.
Or over 100 grand.
Appreciate it. Very nice, good job, guys.
Bravo!